Testing, 1, 2, 3. All right. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network and our continuing coverage of Pop Warner football. Folks, we are at the final two games of the day. First, 12U action right here on the Brevard Sports Network. And, folks, we're going to have us a good one here. I've been being told by both fan bases that this is going to be a great one. And I sure hope that they are right. Not that the other games weren't great. Saw lots of great action. But I would like a competitive game. 10 minutes on the clock, first quarter. 12U. I repeat, 12U action. This kickoff is brought to you by the Ice Cream Hut. 4 locations in Rockledge, Viera, Merritt Island, and Cocoa Beach. And here's number 20 trying to get to the outside. He's got some room. Following a blocker, stumbles on the ground, and number 20, Braden Teeter. We just got done watching Malachi Teeter, and now Braden says, "Oh yeah, big brother, oh yeah, younger brother, watch this." I probably might be sending a message to his older brother too. Plays for the Cocoa Tigers, who fell just 1 point short of getting the ultimate upset against St. Thomas Aquinas. The way that all went down is crazy. If you want to read all about it and see it, Brevard Sports Network has the breakdown for you. And under center. Swings it out, number 5. Dips it out to number 18. Number 5 is Kalen McGuigan. And number 18 is Brennan Baker. Thank you, thank you, Edwin Rivers. I appreciate the kind words. McGuigan with the completed pass to Brennan Baker. So it'll bring up 2nd and 8. And McGuigan leads his Hawks to the line. Empty under center. Running back in the backfield. Geigen, there's a toss, and that one slips out. He picks it up, trying to make something happen, but a great tackle there by number 19, who I do not have a name for. Do not have a name for that student athlete. But that is a huge loss. Go from 2nd and 2 all the way back to 3rd down and 13. Kalen McGuigan comes out in the empty set. Something tells me this is a wide receiver screen here. Geigen looks, goes one, had his man wide open, overthrew him. Number 19, Brody Pulliam. Younger brother of one Slade Pulliam, who, I'm not going to lie, was one of my favorite Hawks to watch when he came through this program. Never forget Slade Pulliam catching the overtime touchdown pass against Port Orange down here in the south corner of the end zone. It's one of those plays I'll never forget. And here's the punt. And that's going to take a Hawks bounce. And What a good punt. And there, the returner slips one tackle. And what a wrap-up. On the return there was number 29, Noah Smith, who will be taken down inside the 10-yard line. And what a field position flipping punt by Suntree Viera. And here we go. This Merritt Island offense. What do they have in store? Well, they have Noah Smith in the offense, and something tells me he just might be a backer or a receiver. If so, I want to know who they have to try to cover him, because that is a matchup nightmare right now against these Suntree Viera Hawk DBs. And Smith is the quarterback. Gets him to go on two. False start on the offense. And especially at this level, this is when it really starts to drive coaches crazy. Pre-snap penalties. Most coaches will tolerate, acts of aggression, pass interference, holding, because they're in the in the midst of play, a penalty of aggression. A pre-snap penalty, that will drive coaches absolutely insane. And he gives to his back, loses the football. And Merritt Island will recover. They're lucky to fall on that one. There was two Suntree Viera Hawks around it ready to scoop that one up. Timeout on the field. There's a Hawk that gets up or is on the ground a little gingerly. They check on SVYFL player. I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Ice Cream Hut. 4 locations open, a 5th one being built down in Palm Bay as the Suntree Viera Hawk able to get up and walk off under his own power. 4 locations open in Rockledge, Merritt Island, Cocoa Beach, and Viera. And Insurance Pros of Florida. For more information about them, give them a call find them online at insuranceprosfl.com. Again, that's insuranceprosfl.com. And here comes Merritt Island, 2nd and about 15. Smith is going to hand it off to a running back who gets dropped in the backfield. I believe that was number 0, Riken Wilson. And Wilson will get dropped for a loss. And here we go. It's now going to be third and about 17. Ball just inside the 6-yard line. Snap. Smith drops back to pass. Smith trying to avoid a safety, throws it up, and it's going to be caught! It's caught! Noah Smith to number 0, Riken Wilson. And that is enough for a Merritt Island Mustang first down. Well, when you got a quarterback who's tall and obviously has a low center of gravity, can pull around some defenders and still make a fantastic throw. Noah Smith. And we're taking the first quarter water break. 4:39 left to go here in quarter number one. No score. Merritt Island here on their first possession of the game. Had a few penalties back them up, and then on 3rd and 17, Noah Smith is in the end zone. It should have been a safety and they could have brought him down. However, he's big, strong, steps up, makes a throw, and a great catch by number 0, Ryken Wilson. And so now a fresh new set of downs, 1st and 10 at about the 34-yard line. Got Wilson in the backfield. Smith is going to hand off to Wilson. Wilson busting through for a couple of yards. Finally brought down there by number 14, Zane Passanen. 2nd and 3, gain of 7 for Ryken Wilson. U action. Snap, and there's the carry again. Look at that. And that'll be enough for a Merritt Island Mustang first down, as Merritt Island now having the running lanes. And that offensive line right now feels really good. They were able to protect their quarterback while he made a play, and now they get to lean on that D-line and wear him out slowly throughout the course of the game. 3:12 left to go here in quarter number one. We are scoreless, but Merritt Island has seemed to have found some momentum. And fumbled the snap. Noah Smith going to keep it himself. And Noah looked a little passive on the stiff arm, and that kind of slowed him up a little bit. Noah's just about the biggest kid on the field. Smith comes back to get the call from his coach. And someone checking out for Merritt Island. Number 49 checking in. That's Bishop Bilquist. Bring up 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs. Smith under center. He's going to give it to Wilson. Wilson fumbles the football, and luckily it took a lucky bounce into a Mustang lineman's arms.
Wilson again on the carry for the Mustangs. He gets right back to the line of scrimmage. Third
Look,
down.
Astronaut High School is a retooling program. They're now under first-year head coach Logan Halleck, the grandson of Randy Halleck. Or not grandson, he is related to Randy Halleck. I don't remember the. But look, I like what Logan Halleck brings. I like the energy he brings to a program. I think he has the ability to start that rebuilding process for Astronaut High School. The timeout's taken out as it's 3rd down and about 4 or 5. And while we have this opportunity, I'd like to thank our sponsors again, Ice Cream Hut, 4 locations open in Rockledge, Merritt Island, Viera, and Cocoa Beach. Another location opening soon down in Palm Bay. And Insurance Pros of Florida. Find them online at www.insuranceprosfl.com. Again, that's www.insuranceprosfl.com. Smith now in the shotgun. 2 backs with him with a wing back out wide. Flag on the play. Lining up in the neutral zone. That's 5 free yards, and that should be enough for a Merritt Island first down. And it will be first down, Merritt Island. Viera not doing themselves much favors here. Send the man in motion. Smith takes the carry. Smith going to carry his own. And he runs over one defender, still brought down. Number 19 on the tackle. That's Brody Pulliam. And I'll give Pulliam credit. He took the full brunt of the hit and still brought Smith down. And Merritt Island comes up. It's now 2nd and about 8. New quarterback hands off to Wilson. Wilson gets outside. Wilson cutting back inside, and he's going to be short of a first down by a couple yards. Bring up 3rd down and about 2 or 3. It's going to be a long 4, short 3. And that will be the final play of the first quarter with your score. We have no score as we head into the second quarter. You're watching Pop Warner Football right here on the Brevard Sports Network. And welcome back. Second quarter action right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Quarterback's then going to end off to the up back, and he's got space. He is running freely, holds on to the football, and that's going to be enough for a first down and then some, a gain of about, call it 25, 27 yards on the play. $29. Noah Smith not on the field. And currently the quarterback in now is number 7, Gabriel D'Amelia. Well, Miss Mary, you didn't miss much. We are scoreless here in the second quarter. D'Amelia sends a man in motion. Gives the handoff, and he will be brought down in the backfield. Great tackle there by number 14, Zane Passinen. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Number 54 in the backfield. That's Justice Pigeon. There's the pass, and incomplete. Yeah, the pass was intended for number 87, Leo Garcia. 3rd and 9 from the 22-yard line. They are sitting just outside the Insurance Pros of Florida red zone. And Ryken Wilson is in the backfield along with, again, number 54, Justice Pigeon. And he's going to give it off to Wilson. Wilson bounces outside. Wilson down the left side of the field into the end zone. Touchdown, Merritt Island. Ryken Wilson, 22 yards, and breaks the scoreless tie. 6-0 Merritt Island on top with 8:15 left to go here in the first half. Now, does Merritt Island have a kicker? Bringing out Noah Smith. Smith looks to be the kicker. Doing the holding is number 6, Sebastian Hamilton. Hamilton, the hold is good. Kick is up, and waiting on the referee's decision. Good! And so Merritt Island jumps out to an 8-0 lead with 8:15 left to go here in quarter number 2. And, folks, that's how you do it. And what I like there by Merritt Island, that was a long, sustained drive. They had a couple losses on the play, but everything was kept, north and south. Everything was, you're going to get upfield. Some plays were made. Ryken Wilson had a fantastic catch from Noah Smith. Merritt Island got lucky with a couple fumble recoveries that looked like were going to be guaranteed Viera recoveries. 1 or 2 lucky bounces. You know what they say, that ball's not round. So you don't know what it's going to do. And if you're Merritt Island, takes a couple lucky bounces, ends up being polished off by a 22-yard run by Ryken Wilson. I mean, that drive started, I believe, from the 12-yard line. So that's 88 yards they went. And Smith to do the kicking duties on kickoff. And what a nice kickoff. It's been touched. And there's number 14. Slides out of one tackle, finally brought down at about the 35, 36 yard line. And check that, the 38 yard line. 1st and 10 from the 38 yard line is where Suntree Viera will take over their second possession of the game. Go Lennox. This is 12U action. Now, to my knowledge, I do not believe Suntree Viera has won a 12U game yet. They lost to Satellite and they lost to Port Orange. And Kaylin McGuigan. And there's going to be some flags that will stop this one. False start on the offense, and that's not a good way to begin a drive. Giving up 5 yards. Timeout taken by Suntree Viera with 7:42 left to play here in the first half. Your score is Merritt Island 8, Suntree Viera 0. And we'd like to thank our sponsors, the Ice Cream Hut, 4 locations located in Rockledge, Merritt Island, Viera, and Cocoa Beach. 5th location soon to be open in Palm Bay, and Insurance Pros of Florida. Find more information on them, log on to www.insuranceprosfl.com. Again, that's www.insuranceprosfl.com. McGuigan under center in the I formation. Gives it to the deep back, and he cuts outside. He's got room to run. Down the sideline, down around that right sideline. And the ball's out. And he will luckily jump back on it. 2nd and 3. That was a deep toss. Well, that's right. They had the 5-yard penalty, so it's 1st and 15. I'd like to welcome everyone watching here on the Brevard Sports Network. Glad you're making us a part of your Saturday. McGuigan in the I formation. That is a big fullback they have. And penalty on the play. Pre-snap. Offsides on Merritt Island. And that just might be enough for a Suntree Viera Hawk first down. Yeah, and yes, it will. So remember, Suntree gifted Merritt Island a free 5 yards that gave them a first down in their drive, and I think Merritt Island's just returning the favor. I believe Jonathan Dowling is the running back. Gives it to the up back, and the up back, he's got room to run. Finally tackled, and that's number 13, Ethan Stevenson. And Stevenson, for a big guy, he sure moved quick. Hey, look, as a fellow big man, look, we can move quick when we need to and or really want to. Go tell us there's free food somewhere and watch how fast us big guys move. And McGuigan is going to call his own number. McGuigan trying to get to the outside. He turns the corner. He's got a first down and then some. And Callan McGuigan will be taken down inside the 25-24 yard line. And a timeout taken with 5:36 left to go here in quarter number 2. Score is 8-0 Merritt Island. Merritt Island took their drive, took majority of the first quarter and into the second quarter to score a nice sustained 88-yard drive. I didn't count how many plays it was. I can't count that high. And, put one in the end zone. That drive was polished off by a 22-yard Riken Wilson rushing touchdown. Ball is placed at about the 27-yard line as timeout was taken. And so Suntree Viera offense trying to match that score. Ethan Stevenson is the deep back. Michelle Driggett watching from California. And Stevenson dodges one tackle and beautiful takedown there by number 11, I believe it was, Matthew McNeely Jr. And McNeely Jr. did exactly what you're supposed to do. Put a shoulder into the hip, wrapped up around his legs, and took him to the ground. But not before Stevenson picks up a Suntree Viera Hawk first down. Yeah. And McGuigan comes in the I formation. Toss to the deep back. Getting around the corner. Number 22 into the end zone. And that was a touchdown, but holding on the offense, that'll negate the touchdown. That was number 22, Elia Lewis. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. There's a toss. Gives it to Lewis. Lewis trying to get around back outside. Lewis tracked down. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. Takes out the yard marker, probably the yard marker person. And he lost a couple yards. It's going to be 3rd and 12. So after a promising start to this drive, Suntree Viera seemed to run into a bit of a roadblock. So 3rd and 12. From the 24-yard line. And I have a feeling it's going to Stevenson right here. Nope, going to drop back to pass. McGuigan fires. He's got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Suntree Viera. What was the number on that receiver? That was number 12. He checked into the game. Lucas Avanzado. Lucas Avanzado with the touchdown catch. 24 yards pitch and catch into the end zone. And just had to do the kicking here is number 88. I do not have, nope, is that 86? 86, Jensen Jones. Snap, high snap. Kick is up. And good. So we're all tied up. Merritt Island scores first. Suntree Viera answers on their following drive. It's 3:04 left to go here in quarter number 2. Your score all tied up at 8. Right here on the Brevard Sports Network. 12U action. So far, this Merritt Island 12U squad is the first Merritt Island squad to score today. 6U was, the score was 35-0. 8U was 42-0. And 11U, I forget the score. What to that 11U? It's up in our post. .304 left to go in the half, and Viera has answered the call back. And number 13, Ethan Stevenson, set to do the kickoff duties. Stevenson puts his toe to leather. And on the return was Wilson, and it was stopped by number 10, Matthew Wolf. So about the same. 1st and 10 from the 35. Noah Smith checks back into the game. Under center. Smith hands off to the up back, and he will fight his way close to a first down. If they go by forward progression, it should be 2nd and 9. I'll give him a gain of 8 yards on the play. Second and 2. I said 2nd and 9, but I meant 2nd and 1. Smith back in at quarterback. Inside 2 minutes, Riken Wilson, the deep back. And we're looking for toss, but if I take a guess, it's going to be false start. Oh, offsides. Okay. See, I think Little League should run it like college and the NFL does. Offsides essentially counts as a free play for the offense. But that's just my opinion, and no one asked. .122 and counting left to go in the half. And they'll hand it off to Wilson. Wilson slides out of one tackle, fights his way up. First one there to make contact there was number 16, Trace Thomas. Merritt Island calls a timeout with 59 seconds left to go here in the first half. And with this timeout, we'd like to thank the Ice Cream Hut. 4 locations, a 5th one coming soon. 4 locations open: Rockledge, Viera, Merritt Island, and Cocoa Beach. 5th one opening soon is in Palm Bay. We'd also like to thank Insurance Pros of Florida. Find them online at www.insuranceprosfl.com. Again, that's www.insuranceprofl.com. Someone says, let's go Lucas, number 12. He has himself a touchdown today. Smith fires. He's got a man, and the ball underthrown. And coach is telling him, put it up and let your receiver run under it. And for that reason, my good buddy Alan Slaughter-Zinski would always say, if I'm a quarterback, you always want to overthrow. Because 9 times out of 10 on a route like that, if you overthrow it, it's because your guy is that wide open, and it's either he's going to make a spectacular catch or it's going to fall harmlessly to the ground. In that case, that was nearly an interception if the DB would have gotten his eye on the ball a little sooner. Fakes the throw, and Merritt Island or Suntree Viera was not having it. Reich and Wilson will get wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard or so. 42 seconds left to go. Timeout called by Suntree Viera. 4th down. They're thinking if they get a turnover here, you know, they only have half a field length to go in, let's say, 35 seconds. They got the big play capability to do it. You have guys like Ethan Stevenson. You have guys like Julian Nazaro, Brody Pulliam. You know, Jay Barretto. So you have the guys to have big play. Lawson Coons, number 21 for Merritt Island on the offense. Dawson Coons. So 4th down, Merritt Island's going to go for it. Smith drops back to pass, fires, and it's nearly intercepted. Number 1, Kellen Fox, nearly had himself an interception. But I think in his case, it might have been better that he dropped that one. You don't lose the field position. 37 seconds. Suntree Viera has 37 seconds to get back and score before the half. So McGuigan drops back, and he is under immense pressure, and what a sack. Great chase down from behind, came untouched, did Noah Smith. And McGuigan's feeling that one right now. I mean, you want to talk about untouched blindside, Smith. "19 seconds, timeout called." Again, I'd like to thank the Ice Cream Hut and Insurance Pros of Florida. Coming up at halftime, if the cheerleaders perform, we will have the camera on the cheerleaders, and you'll be able to see their routine. If they do not perform, we will have nothing for you at halftime because I'm not going to get out and dance for anybody. Nobody wants to see that. I promise you. Some of you are probably like eating lunch, and I don't want to make you lose that lunch. Maybe if we ask nicely, maybe Gil up here will get on the field and dance for us. There's a screen. It's a double pass and incomplete. Look, I don't mind the creative play call there. Try to see if you can get one more big play before the half. 12 seconds left in the half, and it's third down. Me personally, I also think I would have just taken the knee and gone in tied 8-8 at the half. However, I'll say this: Merritt Island gets the ball to start the second half, so that could factor into that decision. They're trying to get us another score on the board. Merritt Island's had two drives, and one of them, their first drive, ended in a touchdown. The other one ended up with the defense coming up with a big stop. And another double pass. So they tried that same double pass play to the other side and had a man. They had Lucas Avanzado. And Avanzado, I don't know if he lost that in the sun or what happened. Now here, if you're going to run anything, just run a handoff play. If you bust it, great. If not, and Merritt Island, slow to get. There's a quads down here. And McGuigan fires over the middle, and it's intercepted. Intercepted. And what a play to end this first half. And that is the end of the first half with your score all tied up, 8-8. I thought Noah Smith was going to have that. He almost had that one-handed interception, tips it to a teammate. And what an interception. And we'll be back in about 10 minutes with second half action right here on the Brevard Sports Network.
warm welcome to the Lady Merritt Island Mustang cheerleaders. Great job, both squads. Give it up for them. Today was not the only action we had going on. Yesterday there was football throughout Brevard County, and Brevard Sports Network was just like today, covering games yesterday and some of the scores. And we want to shout out and let you know what happened. Yesterday, Cocoa took their first loss of the season, losing to St. Thomas 37-36. Shutout winner here with 35-0. Heritage shutout Sentinel 23-0. Satellite over Melbourne 25-8. Palm Bay shutout Harmony 47-0. The big local one here. Rockledge over Viera 59-21. Titusville shutout celebration 49-0. It was Merritt Island, big win for the Merritt Island Mustangs 54-0 over Astronauts. Cypress Creek is over MCC, 48-27. Holy Trinity beats Palm Bay Christian, 42-6. It was Cocoa Beach over Pearson, 36-6. Pine Ridge, 35. Again, as you said, the Space Coast 2 weeks in a row, and it was Fort Pierce Central, 41-7 over Bayside. You can go and check out all the sports here in Brevard County, courtesy of Brevard Sports Networks. And there again, streaming live. You got folks family who are out of town, out of state. Want to catch some of your action here, go ahead and go to Facebook and click on that Brevard Sports Network. They're covering these games for us all day long. This one and the last one, 14U. So check it out. And also, food trucks is still here. Get something cool, get something hot. Those ribs were amazing. You can testify to that. And enjoy the rest of this great game of football.
Currently, we are at halftime, a minute 34 left. Merritt Island, at the moment, currently has the victory. Wow. A minute left. Merritt Island and Suntree Viera are tied at 8-8. The score is 8-8 here at halftime. And again, I'd like to thank the Ice Cream Hut. 4 open locations, 1 location under construction. Locations that are open are Rockledge, Viera, Melbourne, let's try that again. 4 locations that are open are Rockledge, Viera, Merritt Island, and Cocoa Beach. And the one that's under construction will soon be in Palm Bay. I'd like to thank the Ice Cream Hut, and we'd also like to thank the Insurance Pros of Florida. Link to their website is at the top of our description, but if you don't feel like going to clicking that, feel like doing things the long way, the hard way, well, you can find them online at www.insuranceprosfl.com. Again, that's insuranceprosfl.com. As some of the linemen here for Merritt Island kind of grooving out to some of the music. Currently it's a little bit of everybody dance now, as referees have emerged from the referee shed. Going on 2 minutes now left of halftime. And this game's been really good. I remember I said I really hope these last 2 games were really competitive. Again, it's not that the other 3 weren't good. I mean, look, there was a lot of scoring, but it was very one-sided. And Merritt Island came out, scored first on their first opening possession. And Suntree Viera scored on their second possession of the game. And that's where we are now, 8-8, heading into the second half. Here we go as we get set to kick off. 20 seconds from second half kickoff. Merritt Island will get the ball to start the second half. And the sun has blessed us with its presence. Caleb Brown here, bringing you all of today's action right here from Viera Regional Park. Anyone from Suntree or Viera wants to grab highlights from today's game, feel free to take whatever you want and use it however you like. We're not the NFL. We're not going to come hunt you down. Just told we had some parents watching from out of town, out of state, and honestly, that's one of the reasons why we love doing what we're doing is we feel like we can bring families together. You know, look, flying's expensive, and so is that dinosaur juice we put in our car. And that's going to back up Suntree Viera, as I believe offsides on Viera. Someone got a little too jumpy. So they'll be kicking off from the 40. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, what? I thought they normally kick off from the 40. So they're backing it up to the 35. Heather Ann Marie Atlig. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and say thank you for your service to our country, and we're happy that we can bring the smile to you, and you still be able to watch your student athlete. And that's going to be an even bigger bounce, and Smith brings it out to I don't know if your student athlete is with Merritt Island or oh wait, did you say? I don't know if you're with a Merritt Island or Suntree Viera. If you're with Suntree Viera, you will be able to watch. I believe next week Suntree Viera is home as well. Don't know if Suntree Viera is home next week. I will also be doing all those games. We are contracted with Suntree Viera to do all of their home games. And that's going to be a offsides. Look, usually the refs will give you a second to get back. So, coaches always say, hey, just get back. Because there are some official crews that if you get back, they'll give you the time to get back. Or there's some, it all depends on the crew. There are some that as soon as you cross it, boom. Suntree 11U and Suntree 12U number 1, Kellen Fox. And there's the carry for a couple of yards. And it will be a Merritt Island Mustang first down. So yeah, if Suntree's home again next week, I'll be there broadcasting all day long again. So 1st and 10 for Merritt Island at the 30, about the 35-yard line. Smith gives to the upback, and the upback will file through, still dragging the pile, still fighting. And he'll have himself a Merritt Island Mustang first down. Is that number 6? Sebastian Hamilton. Hamilton just said, I will not give up, and I will drag anyone I have to. So it's another first down for Merritt Island as they approach the 48-yard line. $7:52 left to go here in quarter number 3. Score all tied up at 8, but Merritt Island has another one of those sustained drives. Gives it to the deep back, spins off a defender, makes someone else miss. Keeps hold of the ball. I believe that's Ryken Wilson. Yes, it is. And Wilson will get about a yard on the play. 2nd and 9. And look, this has been a successful thing for Merritt Island, handing off the football, just wearing down that Suntree Viera defensive line. And then look, Smith can roll on that play action. Smith has an arm. They can take a deep shot or two. Smith in the gun. And just as I say that, quick pass. He was trying to hit. He had the matchup. That was number 87, intended receiver, Leo Garcia. The two tallest boys on the field trying to connect with each other. And I think Garcia might have just taken his eye off the ball for just a half second, but sometimes that's all it takes to not bring that ball in. Going to bring up 3rd and 9 from the 48-yard line. The other quarterback there is number 7. Fires it, and it's an interception. That was number 20 on the interception, Braden Teeter. The quarterback who checked in, that was number 7, Gabriel D'Amelia. And D'Amelia underthrew his receiver a little bit, and Teeter played center field. And with 6:33 left to go, Suntree Viera will take over for their second possession. Actually, the first possession here of the second half. And what do they have in mind? McGuigan, wide receiver screen, what makes one man miss, makes a second man miss, and just might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. And, wow, we see it. Here come the 14U Merritt Island cheerleaders. A pause in the action. McGuigan under center, fakes the screen, tries to get around outside, turns the corner, racing the outside, cuts back inside. McGuigan slung out at the Merritt Island 39 or 40 yard line, 41 or 40 yard line. And McGuigan picks up a Suntree Viera first down and might provide the spark the offense needs to get going here in the second half. They'll mark him down at the 41-yard line. And look, they've been trying to get those screens. You're good. They've been trying to hit those screens all day long. So what does he do? He fakes the screen, turns around, goes the opposite direction. And look, that momentary hesitation by the backer allowed him to turn the corner and pick up some of those yards. Sends Teeter to the slot. I believe it's number 21, Jonathan Dowling, in the backfield. McGuigan tosses to Dowling. Dowling to the outside. And he's close to a Suntree Viera first down. Great first down saving tackle, or a sling of the jersey by, I believe that was number 4 of Merritt Island, Javion Gay. But there's a flag on the play. Let's see what the flag is as they have a conference. And they're going to waive the penalty. Elijah Lewis has taken a couple handoffs today. And this is the third quarter water break with 4:48 left to go here in the third quarter. I'd like to thank the Ice Cream Hut with locations in Merritt Island, Rockledge, Viera, and Cocoa Beach that are all open. A soon-to-be-open location in Palm Bay. And, of course, Insurance Pros of Florida. For more information, find them online at www.insuranceprofl.com. Again, that's www.insuranceprosfl.com. Like to thank them for stepping up and being the sponsors of all this action today. And if you would like to have your business featured on what is the fastest growing multimedia platform in Brevard County that reaches every demographic, I don't care whether it's another high schooler or those of 89 years old who are just have Facebook set up by their loved ones. Everyone watches sports. Everyone knows someone with a student athlete involved in sports. You can reach them. Give us a call. Give us a call or text at 321-693-7697. Again, that's 321-693-7697. You'll be talking with Alan Slaughter-Zinski, and he will get you right. Or email us at brevardsportsnetwork@gmail.com. Again, it's brevardsportsnetwork@gmail.com. And McGuigan under center, I formation. Runs the fake toss. Pass over the middle and overthrows his receiver. He had number 19, Brody Pulliam. He was behind the defense. He catches that one. He's hitting his head on the goalpost. And it's going to bring up third and 4 with 4:33 left to go here in quarter number 3. And whistles will blow this play dead. Make sure everyone within eligibility is supposed to be there. McGuigan under center. The fake toss again. Rolling left. He's got to tuck it and roll. Makes a man miss. Cuts back inside. And McGuigan now has blockers and is finally brought down inside the 10-yard line. And you know what? That's just a good job rolling out, happened to get outside. And, you know, there was one Mustang who might have had the opportunity to make the tackle. But look, McGuigan he's a slippery fellow. He has no problem going from side to side. I'd like to welcome Alicia Jenkins. Let's go, Mustangs. I'm so proud of y'all. Team Mom. Number 16, the upback, Trace Thomas. McGuigan hands it to Thomas, and Thomas will get hit in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. And it will just result in 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. There was a Merritt Island defensive player who was slamming his helmet to the ground because he felt he had a shot at recovering that fumble and didn't get in there. Coming up on 3 minutes left to go here in quarter number 3. Number 22 is in the backfield, Elijah Lewis. He's the deep back. Thomas, the up back. McGuigan tries to. I don't know what that exactly was supposed to be. Looked like he was looking for a play downfield, and that looked like it was more of a toss than a pass attempt. 2:20 left to go here in quarter number 3. And yeah, it was a toss, and they lost yards there back to the 16-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. Lewis, the deep back. Thomas, the up back. Under center. Play action. McGuigan trying to get outside, throws it up to Lewis. And Lewis. But look, I believe that was Noah Smith out there on the coverage. And look, trying to throw over that young man and still drop it into your receiver's breadbasket, that's going to be hard every time. As the Hawk circles Viera Regional Park into the lake behind us, looking to go grab himself a meal. 4th and goal from the 16. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't have. Well, I'm not going to question anything. Drops back to pass. McGuigan facing pressure, slips out of a sack, and it's a race to the corner. Touchdown, Suntree Viera. A 16-yard quarterback scramble that leads him to the end zone. Once again, he's done a great job all day escaping pressure. He's had pressure in front of him, slipped out of tackles, and that puts Suntree up 14-8 with a minute 30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Callan McGuigan. Timeout by Suntree Viera. They didn't like something there. Come on, spit it out, Caleb. Stop sounding like Porky Pig up here. $14-8. Callan McGuigan in for the score from 16 yards out. So he's thrown for one, and he's ran for one. $14-8, a minute 30 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. So here we go. Number 2, Joshua McFarland, set to hold. Snap. Kick is up. Good. So with a minute 30 left to go in the 3rd quarter, Suntree Viera goes up 16-8. And that was a drive Suntree Viera really needed. I'd like to thank the Ice Cream Hut and Insurance Pros of Brevard, or Insurance Pros of Florida.
Ball's in the tree for the Hawks.
And again, I would like to also give a big shout out here to Alicia, the 11U team mom and the 12U team mom, also in charge of compliance. So Merritt Island did not bring extra rosters for neither the PA guy nor myself on the broadcast. She went down and wrote from 8U all the way up to 14U, wrote down all the names, all the numbers, so that way they could get their name said here on the broadcast. And look, that's not easy. Especially, let me say this, especially in legible handwriting, because at some point your hand's saying, okay, enough. But, I mean, this is gorgeous handwriting. I can read everything. And so I want to give Alicia another big shout out here from Merritt Island, the 12U team mom. She's been a blessing. She wrote one roster up, then found out, there's a bunch of changes. Now, she easily could have said, you know what, they'll figure it out. She came up to me and the PA guy and changed them and made it so that way I wouldn't sound like a complete fool. I'm still going to sound like a fool, just not a complete fool here for those of you here on Facebook. It is 16-8. Merritt Island trails, but here they get the ball, and there's Noah Smith. Smith tripped up. And I see Miss Tammy Bramlett Robinson is watching from Nashville, Tennessee, watching her great nephew play. Well, thank you for making us a part of your Saturday. Look, let's be real. There's only one college football game really to be watching, and that's going to be coming on at 7 p.m. tonight. Alabama, Texas. Every other game is kind of just, you can look at scores later. This is the action you want to be watching. You want to be watching 12U, and then the following game, 14U, right here on the Brevard Sports Network. 1:20 and counting. 1st and 10. And we'll see this Mustang offense. Their opening drive here in the second half resulted in an interception by Braden Teeter. And Noah Smith looking, he is running backwards, and he's just throws it up, and it's intercepted. Number 1 down the sideline, pushed out of bounds. Kellen Fox. Kellen Fox with the interception. And that play it looked like it was doomed from the start. There was penetration there by the Suntree Viera D line. Noah Smith ran backwards about 15, 20 yards, and then when he throws it, I think he was trying to throw it out of bounds. He saw the receiver. What he didn't see was Kellen Fox come up and say, thank you for the gift. I will take that down the sideline. And it will be 1st and 10. Can I please have no kids underneath the scaffolding? Sorry. I heard someone kind of bump into something down there, and I don't want to be held liable for it. So, yeah. Plus, I don't want to see anyone get hurt on or off the field. 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and you know what? If I'm Suntree Viera, I might just, if you can, just let this 30-second snap or tick off. Jackson Remington from Strongsville, Ohio. Delay of game, and all right, so I think that's what they were kind of going with the strategy. However, they didn't have the time to do that. So, delay a game. There's 15 seconds left in the third quarter. And that handoff was to Elijah Lewis, or check that. That was Teeter, and Teeter will be brought down for a loss of a couple. And that will be the final play of the third quarter with your score. Suntree Viera 16, Merritt Island 8. And folks, we're gonna flip the field. I'm also gonna get myself a drink of water, and we'll be back with fourth quarter action right here on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, here we go. Fourth quarter action. Second down and about 16 for Suntree Viera as they took that delay game. Stevenson, the up back. And they're going to toss it to the running back, and Stevenson with the lead block. And that was Elijah Lewis who slipped there on the turf. But when you go back and watch that later, watch Ethan Stevenson. You want to talk about providing a lead block. He just walked up and pancaked his defender and then went to go find more work. Fullbacks out there, if you're still in use, that's exactly how you play the position. I also, let's see, it's third and 6. I would not be against handing it to Stevenson either. Stevenson can move good for a kid his size. And we've seen him break a couple tackles as well. So I would not be against a call handing it up to Stevenson. But instead they're going to give it to Lewis. Lewis dodges a tackle. Lewis cuts back outside, cuts inside, and is finally brought down from behind. That was a good job there. I believe that was number 21 who set the edge there. Dawson Kunz. And Dawson Kunz, that time he knew he was the last line of defense, so what did he do? He set the edge, stayed outside, and allowed the backside pressure backside pursuit to come over and make the tackle. Great job. That's exactly how you're coached to do it. Stay outside, stay disciplined. You have more help coming back to you inside. And look, that's tough because Elijah Lewis is quick. So it's now 4th and 8. I mean, it's pretty much no man's land, so I see why you're going for it here. You can't really punt, but you don't have a leg strong enough to kick a field goal, so. And McGuigan rolling right, and he will be sacked. Flag is on the play. It was dropped at the end of the play. I don't know if this is a dead ball foul or if this happened near the end. Intentional. Okay. So intentional grounding is the call. Loss of down. It was fourth down anyway. First down for Merritt Island. So 1st and 10 for Merritt Island. Turnover on downs at the 35-yard line. And can Merritt Island answer? 7:19 left to go in the game. Smith under center. He's going to give it to Ryken. Ryken Wilson, he is tripped up. That was a big Braden Teeter coming in with a shoelace tackle, with an ankle tackle that stopped what would have been a huge gain because Ryken Wilson had so much space and he's so elusive. That one I'm still probably calling because it's probably a 50 or 60-yard play. .6:35 left to go here in the game. Smith under center, and he gives it to Wilson again. Wilson has got room. Cuts to the left side, the outside. Ryken Wilson into the end zone. Touchdown, Merritt Island. Ryken Wilson with a 50-plus yard rushing touchdown. And the lead is cut to 2. .6:16 left to go in the game, and we are a kick away from having ourselves a tied ball game yet again. Right. Logan Smith is on to do the kick. There's a fumbled snap. And that was a bad snap. Could that be the difference maker? 16-14 with 6:16 left to go in the game. Folks, I told you, I hope you had your snack and your drink because you're not going to want to miss this action. And this is what 12U brings. I can only imagine the intensity that 14U is going to bring. I'd like to thank the Ice Cream Hut and Insurance Pros of Florida. But that fumbled snap could prove to be crucial. 16-14. Elijah Lewis and and Braden Teeter. Back deep to receive. Smith checks his line. And that's a low line drive. There to Teeter. Teeter's got himself a lane. Braden Teeter brought down at about the 38, 39 yard line. And Hilson with the tackle. But what an excellent return that was needed for Suntree Viera and Braden Teeter. Look, if you're from that family, Malachi Teeter, Nicholas Teeter plays up for the Cocoa Tigers. There's another Teeter in for 14U. That family has something I like called the clutch gene. I mean, whenever a big play is needed, whenever you need a spark, you can turn to a Teeter, and they will provide you with what you need. Ask Brady Hart of the Cocoa Tigers. Handoff up the middle, and there he goes. He's got daylight. He could go. Fumble the ball. He fumbled the ball. He had a touchdown. You know what? Great pursuit. Great job not giving up on the play. And you know what? Reaching in and giving one last final punch. He forced fumble for this Merritt Island defense. And I believe that was Teeter. I believe that was Braden Teeter, number 20. Fumble, has the ball punched out at the 1 yard line. They're going to mark it officially at the 2. 5:36 left to go. This is good old-fashioned drama. Suntree Viera leads by 2. But could the momentum have just swung Merritt Island's way with that turnover? 5:36 left to go in the game. I'd like to thank the Ice Cream Hut, 4 locations, Merritt Island, Viera, Rockledge, and Cocoa Beach. There's a new one being built in Palm Bay, and the Insurance Pros of Florida. Find them online at www.insuranceprosfl.com. Again, that's www.insuranceprosfl.com. All right, but this is still dangerous territory. Merritt Island has got to be careful. No fumbled snaps. Everyone's got to be secure with the football. Reich and Wilson is the deep back. And they're going to give it to the up back. Great call there. Get a couple of yards. Make sure, try to get to where your running back is not standing in his own end zone. Second and 6 for the Mustangs from about the 6. Smith under center, I formation. Hands it back off to the up back again. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Here we go, 3rd and 6 for the Mustangs from the 6. Smith hands it off to Wilson. Wilson trying to get it around outside, and he is met by that swarm of Hawks. but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what this flag is. And he's talking to Suntree Viera, so I'm going to assume it's a holding on the offense. Now, this is an interesting call. Do you take the half the distance to the goal, or do you just say, forget it, I trust my defense to go get the stop on fourth down? Holding. And they're going to decline it. Coach is going to bet on his defense. 4th and 4, they picked up 2 yards on the play. He's going to bet on his defense. He's telling his defense right now, I put all my chips on you guys right now. I need you to make it happen. 3.5 minutes left to go in the game. In the pistol. Check that. That's I formation, and I think that's a false start on Merritt Island. And it will, half the distance to the goal. And so now it's going to be 4th and 7. Merritt Island, and smart job by Coach calling the timeout, making sure everyone's on the same page, reading the same book, on the same line. And, folks, this is why you love youth football right here. And look, it didn't have to be a 35-21, 35-28 game to be interesting. It is 16-14, and both teams have been making plays. This has been the best game of the day. 3:25 left to go in the game. Fourth and 7 from the 4-yard line. Here we go. What have the coaches cooked up? Probably one of the biggest, if not will be the biggest call of this game. So here comes Merritt Island. 4th and 7 from the 4. 3:25 left in the game. Smith in the gun. He's going to take it himself, follow some blockers. He's getting to the outside. Can he turn the corner? He will be dropped short of the first down. And the Hawks defense comes up with the stop. 1st and goal inside the 7-yard line. $3:15 left to go. Now I'll say this. Merritt Island has forced 2 turnovers today. Can they force a third to give themselves an opportunity? 1st and goal from the 4. Going to give it into the end zone. Touchdown. Braden Teeter. Touchdown. Suntree Viera. And that one, I think, just might put this one on ice. Not necessarily. 2:57 left. Merritt Island gets the ball back. It's going to depend on this kick. Now, Merritt Island, they need to divert some kind of pressure and affect this snap. Kicker is number 86, Jensen Jones. The kick is blocked, and Merritt Island's still in it. Merritt Island only down by 8. Check that, 7. Just because I forgot how to do math for a second doesn't mean a darn thing at all. 22-14, 2:57 left. 22-14, 2:57 left in the game. This Merritt Island still with an opportunity. All right, here are Suntree Viera Hawks set to kick off. The Mustangs, this is no time to panic. This is still very much, you are still very much in this game. 2:57. That's 3 minutes is plenty of time to get down the field. Reichen Wilson, one of the two deep return men. That's going to be a kickoff taken at the 20. And the returner ran backwards and then kind of just stopped going east and west. .247 left. 1st and 10 from the 35. They got to go 65 yards to give themselves an opportunity. 8-point lead. 22-14 for Suntree Viera. And the clock has started winding. I know I said no panic, but I wouldn't exactly want to. I would think there'd be a slight bit more urgency in the offense. There's already 20 seconds that have come off the clock since the ball was spotted. And Wilson trying to evade some defenders, and he'll be stopped in the backfield. Second and 13 now. 1:45 and counting. Comes out I formation. Smith with a toss out to Wilson. Wilson trying to get to the outside and can't escape two tacklers. The first one there was Elijah Lewis. The second one there was Kellen Fox. Timeout called by Merritt Island. 1:11 left to go in the game. And after this one, we still got one more game. We still got 14U. $1:11 left to go. 22-14. Third down and 15. Smith in the gun. Smith drops back to pass. He's got time. He steps up. He throws, and it's going to be intercepted. Teeter closes the door. Teeter on the run back. Pick six. Touchdown, Suntree Viera. Braden Teeter. Braden Teeter slams the door shut. Hey, you guys are fun to listen to. I was hearing y'all. Hey, good work. You're awesome, man. Thank you very much. And that officially will put this one out of reach. Braden Teeter. Jensen Jones. Set to kick the 2-point kick. Kick is up and good. 55 seconds left to go in the game, and Suntree Viera has sold this one to the win column. 30-14. I can't wait to see what this 14U game is going to be like. Again, you would look at the score 30-14, and you say, "Well, Caleb, I just tuned in. How can you sit there and say it's a good game?" The score is not indicative of how this one was played. This one went in 16-8 at halftime. Merritt Island comes out, and they get on the board and have the opportunity tied up. A bad snap causes that one. Bad snap causes them to miss the 2-point kick. Suntree Viera comes down and scores. And then Braden Teeter with the pick six to seal it. And there's the kick. Taken by number 54. Number 54 taken down. Justice Pridgeon. And the Mustangs are in the there's an injury timeout. 47 seconds left. Oh, he's still on the ground. Okay. Nope. 47 seconds. Folks, it's been a fun day. It really has, and there's still one more game left to go. And he'll be walking off under his own power. That's number 21, Jonathan Dowling. And they're going to try a reverse play. And Wilson slides through, still pushing his way forward. And Mustangs will call a timeout. 24 seconds left. Folks, again, we're not going anywhere. We got 14U action right after this, so we're going to end this broadcast once the final whistle's blown. Put our device under our table for a couple of minutes so it gets it out of the sun and cools down. So that way there's no overheating or anything for 14U action. All right, here we go. Drops back to pass. Sails that one, and it's caught there by number 7. He will be brought down, and they're going to try to run another play. Under 10 seconds left. And that will do it. Snap off. Final play. Smith fires. And Malachi Teeter with another interception on the day. Teeter makes a man miss. Teeter taking it all the way back. He's still up. And finally he has the whistle blown at the 30-yard line. So Braden Teeter comes up with 2 interceptions at the end to seal it. Excellent game from both squads. Look, I commend Merritt Island. That was a really fun. They made this game really fun and interesting. But 12U Suntree Viera Hawks get their first win of the season against Merritt Island. Merritt Island still has yet to pick up a win on the day. Could that be the fate of 14U, or will 14U find a way to pull one out? Well, the only way you're going to find out is by staying right here on the Brevard Sports Network. And in about 10, 15, 20 minutes, we will have 14U action right here on the Brevard Sports Network. Your final score, Suntree Viera 30, Merritt Island